Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? This is Dalton, and I'm coming at you straight. Now, as I told you, if I'm motivated by something or I see something, uh, I most likely will create a video on it and upload it. And that could be, I mean, if I could be seven, 7 videos in 7 days, or one video a week. You know, if I'm not motivated that week, or I don't see something that really triggers me, or if I haven't did the fact checks to get something that I feel that can help people, so I put the links to it, you know, then yeah, then I'm not gonna create a video on it. I mean, I have to be motivated and feel it. Okay. Um, as you can see from some of the videos. Okay, I don't just drop them just to be dropping them. Uh, But if I have some a crazy week where I have 7 different videos, and I mean 7 different subjects that happen to pop up and 7 videos popping up. Other times nothing's really hitting me, then nothing's getting uploaded. That's just the way I am. Now, enough of that crap. I want to talk to you about a particular teacher that was found out. This teacher was a social studies teacher, and they were somewhat respected at first until they were saying some weird stuff. Well, they had a unique hobby, and the unique hobby they had was that yes, they had a podcast, and they were a supremacist. That's right, they were a white supremacist. You know, and the first thing a lot of people automatically put in their minds, oh, and I fell victim to this. I try to stay open minded, but I fell victim to this before. The first thing most people do is they picture a white man, you know, because this person was a supremacist. But no, uh, it is actually a woman. And one of the things I like to touch basics on is that racism and prejudice, and as I'm looking down, yeah, I did make notes. It's my thinking. Racism and prejudice, as well as superiority attitudes, um, are not prejudiced racists, or, they're not prejudiced or sexist. When they affect a person and a person starts showing it, it could care less if it's a man or a woman or the color of the person that is motivating. It's more of an energy that's motivating the person to do it. And like a lot of times, first thing people think is that it is either that it's a man. No, I know many. I know this one girl, and she dated Afro American men, and but she got so much slack and hatred for doing that against Afro American race as well as her own race, that she decided that the best thing to do is start hooking up with other supremacist, racist females against Afro American race, or any form of dating anybody but your own race. And uh, so that was her, I guess, her cure for her anger. Um, that was just an example. It was kind of weird. But I like to get back to the fact that what she was a social studies teacher. And she was teaching the minds of students. And she said some contradictory things that actually hurt, especially mixed children's feelings and stuff like that. But she was an expert, as many of them are playing on with words, where they're now, they know how, and believe it or not, groups teach people how to do this. Okay, you can be taught how to do this. You can join a group and they'll teach you how to do this. How, and they could teach you, just like you can join to become a criminal, and they'll teach you how to be an assassin. They'll teach you how to be a pickpocket. Okay, there, believe it or not, there are groups that teach you how to do all that stuff. So, uh, what I would like to get at is that she, on her as her hobby, she's a white supremacist and did her podcast. Okay, all right. Now, this is the new way. This is the new digital racism and prejudice. And remember, I'm the one who told you first, okay? Said this. I believe I'm the one saying it first, that this is a new way of racism and prejudice. Most people are used to the old way, Martin Luther King. No, that was actually the simple way. That was a simple racism prejudice that, and no, not saying any disrespect, that was so overt that you know exactly what to attack and try to eliminate. Uh, Now, these days are the complicated days, and people need to put their mind in that and wake up and realize and put their mind in the new reality that this is the new days of complicated racism, prejudice, and sexism. Okay, this is the new time. Okay, and lawyers will constantly lose cases. EEOC, nothing against them, they do their best, will constantly lose cases because they're riding on the old format where a lot of these racist groups, they're not even doing that anymore. They'll throw these other groups that are riding on the old format of fighting that type of prejudice, a bone everything every now and then to keep them distracted. But their method is brand new now. Okay, they want, you know, the focus is always on like the skinhead or or the thug, the black supremacist thug on the bottom. Um, it's always on that. But the real, what these groups really are doing now is they want educated people. Okay, they want people that can be teachers of minds, teachers, lawyers, and if they're in law enforcement, they don't want the typical police officer. Yeah, there are little small fractions of police officers, no matter where you go, that are racist or prejudiced against something, but and use their force and their power to implement their ideas. But my theory is a lot of police officers I met, and my uncle was a police officer. Okay, a lot of police officers I met, you know, they take home a lot of sorrow. Okay, they're actually good people. A lot of them are, but you're always going to have that fractional group uh, inside any organization that's going to push their idealism of superiority or racism or whatever. Okay, you're always going to have that. All right. Now, what I want to hit on is that what the groups are doing now, they want educated people. They want, if they want someone in law enforcement, they want someone high up in law enforcement. Okay? They want them to implement that group, that organization, to go high up into it. They want them high up in government. They want them high up in digital media. They want them high up in all aspects like that. That's the way it is now. Okay? And if lawyers don't upgrade their thinking and their education of how they handle things, they are only going to be winning the little scraps that these racist groups are throwing at them to keep them off track. They're not going to win the big battles because this racist group has a way ahead of the curve. Okay, if they've already found out ways of doing it. Why is this YouTube channel getting more likes than all this? Now I'm just joking. I'm joking about the YouTube channel thing. but on a serious note, these are this is the moment, this is the time of digital racism, or educational racism that's going in the higher levels of the media. Okay, and now they're starting to pick out their little heads, and people start noticing, and these good These good God men and women are coming out of the closet and coming out of the shadows and actually saying, no, enough is enough, and then they're pointing them out. Okay. Now, most of the times these groups are going to do two things because they've been educated and trained. They're going to one, people of these groups are going to one, stay silent, or two, deny it. Okay. And they're being trained. Just like a lawyer. A lawyer's going to tell you to keep your mouth shut if you're arrested, or two, deny it. And they're being trained how to do that. So the first thing they're going to do is rationalize it and deny it. Okay, because that's part of the training. All right. Now, but most of these racist groups and any type of racism is wrong in my opinion. Okay, I'm with Martin Luther King on that. I mean, some of the stuff I'm with Malcolm X, and other things I'm with Martin Luther King, and uh, but when it comes to racism, I'm with that. He said any form. Martin Luther King quoted any form. Stated. This is a quote in my own words. Any form of prejudice, of racism, of superiority, supremacy is wrong. I don't care what form it is. It's wrong. Okay, and it's going to come to a glass ceiling of lack of knowledge or dead end. Okay, it's not going to go far because it's not open to. It's not universal. Okay, it doesn't see the big picture. It can't. It will not. It won't. I mean, it's not that it can't. It will not allow itself to, because that's too hard of work for those particular type people and groups. Okay, they don't want to go that deep inside. Okay, of finding that self love, because if you love yourself 100%, and that's not saying love yourself and be a racist. That's not love. Superiority and all that. That's not love. Okay, I'm talking about if you truly love yourself, then you're gonna love your color, your race, no matter if you're white, black, whatever. But loving yourself and loving your color, your race, and nationality is not the same thing as being a racist. Okay, that's conceit. That's arrogance. Uh, I didn't want this to be too long, but I was motivated, as I stated. Now, one thing I did want to jump to, as I was going to say, the normal prejudice that back in Martin Luther King's day, that's gone. Okay, now we're dealing in the future. Now and in the future, we're going to be dealing with a new complex prejudice, racism, um, sexism. You get the idea. We're going to be and we are dealing with it. Okay, it's not as easy to pick out because people have been educated on how to cover it up and how to rationalize it, how to cover it up. So, and most of these groups want, like as I said, educated people. They already got the hard heads on the bottom shelf of the pyramid. Now they want to get people up to the middle and the higher levels of that pyramid. Okay, and it takes education to get to the middle and the higher levels up there. Okay, so they can control and push their idealism. All right, now as I stated, these lawyers that's fighting against this negativity, they got to update their thinking. They can't just be doing and trying to fight these negativities on grounds that they used to do back in Martin Luther King's day, because it's not like that anymore. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have that, okay, but today's day, digital media, people, they're being prejudiced with people doing, with denying credit cards and denying credit. Um, they're creating codes that they can use for different people on applications that their inner group understands, that because they want to hire particular type people, whatever, even if it's a black organization being racist toward a white person. Okay, either way it goes, any form of racism is wrong, or vice versa, Because the other day, this is a little off subject. The other day, I had a friend of mine that I've known for a long time. He asked me, "So, why you always gotta be so analytical? why you always gotta analyze everything? Well, the way I see it is God made me this way for a reason. Okay, and God made me this way. It's it's for a purpose, for a reason. Okay, but and no matter what gift you're given, a talent, it can become a curse or it can be a blessing. Okay, it's up to you. It's just a talent, but it's up to you how you want to view it and how you want to use it. Okay, now, but in my opinion, on the flip side, it's just as much a curse and a blessing to be naive and not analyze situations. Because I realized that thinking back on a lot of stuff, if you would just analyze the situation a little bit, it would have saved him a lot of pain. Okay, so either way you look at it, that and naivety is bliss. Okay, so don't put down naivety. It's a blessing. Okay, because I wish I was naive about a lot of stuff, but I'm not. Okay, and let's see here. What was I going? Oh yeah, I always went on philosophy. The cost of wisdom is your naivety. The wiser you get, the more you lose your naivety. That is the cost of wisdom. Okay, and but what I would like to also hit on is that what she did and how she's affecting the youth of tomorrow is so clever and so dark that it should start opening people's eyes now on how a lot of these groups are working, these negative groups are working, and what the little tricks that they're trying to do. Okay, and it's kind of like when you look at it, you see now that how we handle things in the past, we cannot handle it. We can still handle those particular things that may pop up, but now we have to have a new way of thinking, a new way of approaching things, okay, to stomp out this ignorance, okay, and I think that's everybody's job, okay, and when I say, like I've said, whether you being black and prejudiced against somebody white, whether you being white prejudiced against someone black, we always, I mean, keeping your mind elevated, keeping your mind open, it's a daily thing you have to work at. Because I mean, I fell into recently. I'm gonna give you an example. I fell into a stereotypical trap that, and I usually don't like to do. And this woman came up to me, and she's white, and she told me, she said that someone was saying some really racist, prejudiced things when I was at work, and this particular person came in all the time, and he would start off on things like that. And one time he came at her and was preaching his little idealism and crap, and saying all this racist crap. All right, where and first thing I saw, I was like, well, who is this person? And then I saw this white man, and he wasn't doing anything. He was just taking care of his business, shopping, and he had these tattoos, on his forehead, on his head. I mean, it was beautiful tattoos. You could tell he just got them done. He had tattoos all over. He was a tattooed person. And I was like, first thing I said to myself, oh, okay. I said, it was him, huh? And I'm even ashamed of myself. And she goes, no, actually, the man I'm talking about is black. He was saying this racist stuff against about white people. So we got to stop stereotyping, and even me, you can't, we got to get to the facts of what it is, who it is, and where it's coming from before we jump into opinion of. But complex racism is out there, and that's the new form of racism that we have to adjust ourselves and handle. But when I saw that, I was like, it reared its ugly head. And I will put the link of that video below. I would love your comments. Okay, I would love your comments. I love you to subscribe and to share. Okay, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, you know you're cool with me. Sorry it went on this long, but sometimes I get emotional and something hits me. I have to get it out. All right, and I'll show rap to you later. Thank you all to all my subscribers, the new and old, all my viewers. Even if you don't subscribe and you view, I thank you. All right, and I just thank you all for supporting me, the people that do. All right, and again, uh, I appreciate you. All right, and be careful out there. It's a crazy world. Peace.